Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Simply Bree, and you guys have tuned in for another amazing episode of the He Said What show. So, I am so excited to have you guys here. I know we have gone through a whole week without seeing one another. I am so sorry. Don't worry. We'll make up for it today. My guest, he is amazing. You may have seen him on this platform many times. I feel like he just lives with us. So I'm super excited to get him up here and talk with him in regards to just what is black men? What do you guys go through? What do you experience, especially up north? Like, what's it like? What's the what's the life like? So we'll go ahead and get the show started, and I'll see you guys in just a second.
You know you're a work of art, a masterpiece. You know you're a work of art, a masterpiece. You know you're a work of art, a masterpiece.
Hey, what's going on? Jay, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm chilling. Good. Taking care of myself and you.
I am amazing. I'm excited just to be here, have these conversations, and especially with someone like you because you are so talented. So I could only imagine the amount of stress that you bear, the burdens, just having to be strong throughout life. So I'm excited to have you here. Welcome to all of those who are tuning in live. If you are here live, go ahead and drop something in the chat so that we know you are here. Shout outs to Special 77. He says, great topic. This is one topic I don't like to discuss, especially in the hood. So, yeah, if we show emotions, it makes us weak, so we keep it inside.
Mm.
Definitely drop your comments down below. What we're going to do, I'm going to allow you guys to get to know Jay himself. Let him tell you a little bit about what it is that he does, and then we'll go ahead and get the interview started. So, Jay, take it away.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You already know it's Jae Grind from the Bronx to BX. I am a music artist. I am an actor. I'm a voiceover actor. I am a martial artist. I do it all. So I'm a stunt act. I'm a stunt actor, stage combat. Um, like I said, I'm a lyricist. I'm a conscious rapper. Um, my talent is in different baskets. So you already know. Check me out on all platforms. Shout out to Simply Bree and He Said What Network. Check it out.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Listen, a man of many talents. Edith, good evening. Welcome to the show. Ronnie, shout out to you with the fire, 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 fire. So tonight it's a conversation. As you can see from even the first comment, a lot of black men do not like to talk about their emotions or allowing themselves to be vulnerable. So, when it comes to just you as an individual, how do you tune into your emotions, especially with the martial arts background? How do you tune into your emotions and how do you know when to express them and when not to express them?
I mean, as a black man, it's definitely hard to express yourself because don't nobody care about your feelings and emotions. You're supposed to be a robot. You're supposed to be, everything a giver, a provider, a hunter, but somehow not be able to manage your emotions. And just me on that other side, besides me being an artist, outside of that, me being a martial artist, it helped me control the one emotion that a lot of us put us in is rage and anger.
Mm,
Like that's the like if we're not happy, the only other thing that people like to put us in is in rage or anger, which is just not. It's very desensitizing to black men,
Mhm.
because we have more than just happiness and anger. We have so many other emotions. We want to feel inspired. We want to be inspired. We want to be heard. We want to be loved. But if it's told since young, or just people in the world, having this status quo about black men, or like just this idea of who we're supposed to be, and then we walk around just not even being loved, or just being cared for like regular human beings, because we're human just like you. So what tends to
Mhm.
happen is that we tend to numb our emotions and our feelings, only be serious because we only know that's the only way people are going to respect us, but then they fear us because what they tend to do is they want us to hold ourselves back.
Right.
Yeah.
That's oh my gosh. It's like you can't catch a break. You can't win from losing because in order to show your strength, you have to incite fear, right?
Hmm.
But then when you do that, then you scare people. So now
Yeah.
nobody wants to be around you. So it's like catch 22. So when it comes into relationships, if a man has been desensitized for such a long period of time, how might that affect his interaction with his lady? And just the overall experience itself.
What happens is when he meets the woman of his life, or that lady that we're talking about, it's gonna be hard to express himself because he's in a state where nobody cares about his feelings. The world is on his shoulders. He's trying to manage everything, maintain everything, and then he also has to maintain a relationship. He also has to take care of her. And then, if he's not able to communicate his needs, how is she gonna meet his needs? I mean, if like I said, like if it's not being exposed and it's not his fault when
Right.
we're told how to treat our lady, but it takes a special woman to be taught and educated about how to treat their man, and
Mm,
just really knowing that black man that needs that love, that affection, that help of expressing himself, and just not being so selfish, because as a black man we carry so much around. People want us to be a certain way so they don't have fear, not scared of us, just to disrespect us, just so we can
mhm,
go through the loop. We're trying to create a wealthy status of ourselves, because we're told that without money we're nothing. So we try to acquire
yeah,
so many things, and it's just so much obstacles that are happening with us, and then we're not being valued. So in our relationship it can go bad, because if we express ourselves emotionally to the woman, because I think naturally men, we are vulnerable to the woman that we truly love, and if we're being told that that's not manly, then what tends to happen is he tends to self-destruct the relationship, because she's not allowing him to put his shield down and his guard down, because he's constantly at war.
mm. Whew, listen, where's my gym? I be throwing this gym down and okay, listen, guess what? I found my gym's dropped. Okay. Oh, I don't know where to start because one question I have is what does inspiration look like for a man? But then I want to know what are the needs of a man? Like, what are your needs? How can a woman meet your needs? Like, we need to know what it is.
Um,
The
so,
burden, like, you see what I mean? You just open up a can of worms. So
yeah,
let's start with the first. Let's start with the second one. Your needs. What are your needs as a man?
um, to feel loved, um, to be kissed, to be touched, to know that she's there. Um, Also just to, you know, be an ear for him and understand him, and really speak life into him.
Mhm,
That's that's really more the support of a decent man. Wouldn't want a woman's money or her whatever she has acquired for herself. He
mm,
just wants to know that she's loyal to him, that she's catering to him, that even look, I'm not even gonna lie, like men, including myself, like to get baby body. Okay, like
yeah.
we want to be babied, we want to be looked after, we want to be able to cry on your shoulder, we want to be able to hold you, we want to be able to know that when we come home from the battlefield that we can just rest, we can just woosah. because black men spend most of their life being hard, being tough, being intimidating. If we don't have that outlet, we end up killing ourselves. And it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be physically killing ourselves, but eventually, emotionally killing yourself on the inside, and you don't last.
right.
And just like I said,
So mhm,
one more part. Like I said, going back to like the affection, the hearing, the listening, just really understanding his point of view, where he's coming from, and where and why it started, and how you can maybe shift that behavior. Instead of saying
right,
like I'm trying to change him, be like I want to pivot or shift that behavior
yeah.
to better him.
So, I mean, everything that you listed, shout out to James Sweat, everything that you listed sounds identical to what women want. So, in your opinion, why do you think this is so hard to obtain?
What do you mean?
if if you want to be loved and hugged and kissed and given the ability to be vulnerable, it's the same thing that women want from men. So why do you think they're not communicating? Like, where's the battle? Is it masculinity within women? Is it women thinking that men are more focused on the physical and not, the soft girl era? Like, where are we going wrong?
I think women are not realizing that a man has emotions, and that he's an emotional creature with just logic. That's it.
Yeah.
It's we all require the same thing. It's just the problem is when you put a black man in a box and you're telling him what he can and can't do, what he can and can't feel. Now you're
Yeah.
taking away from him.
Hmm.
You're taking away. You're holding yourself back from giving him what is so simple,
Yeah.
because he's doing it. He's doing exactly what he wants. If
Right.
think about it like this, one hand washes the other.
Yep.
Soap is soap. Water's water. It cleans both of us.
Hmm.
So there's no difference. It's just the man is leading. That's it.
Yeah.
We both are emotional creatures. We both have feelings. We both have thoughts and traumas, whatever, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just why not cater to him
Right.
just like he's catering to you? We're taught, like men, we're taught, hold the door, cook, clean, make sure, you treat her right, respect her, respect the man, love him, cater to him, listen to him. We got to listen to women, right? We
Yeah.
listen to each other. If we listen to each other instead of it making it a battlefield, you know, then it won't be a problem if we listen to each other. The
Right.
problem is you also a lot of not you, but a lot of people they
Mhm.
just tend to, like I said, put men at this like not pedestal, but put men in this situation where it's like they got to do this, this, and this for me, but there's nothing in return.
Right.
So
Yeah.
the idea of
Reciprocation.
exactly. So that's where it can go wrong.
Yeah. Uh, Gianni says girls mix up these days. I think too much social media influence.
I definitely agree
Mm.
because again is well what happened about today because of social media it
Thank you,
becomes about
Gianni.
highlights and materialistic. So if the man isn't
Right.
excuse me, if the black man isn't providing or doesn't have a certain amount of money, car, house,
Hmm.
possessions, resources, then he means nothing. He values nothing. So
Right.
most decent men, I'm only talking about for decent men, we like to build.
Mhm.
And
Right.
in this generation, in this era, it's all about what she can get.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
That is
then
true.
yeah.
I can definitely see that. Do you feel as though social media has gone to the extent of sexualizing the woman, to the extent where they feel like in order for me to attract a certain man, in order for me to feel of some type of value, I need to show a little bit more skin. Do
I
you
think
feel like it has that type of influence?
I mean, I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think she doesn't
Mhm,
have to do that. It's
mhm.
really the thing about, like I said, I'm only going to talk about decent men.
Right.
Uh, A woman attracts a man obviously by the way she carries herself
Mhm,
and when she opens her mouth.
mhm.
Is she, when she's talking, like what does she have in her mind? You know what I'm saying? Having a body that's nice, but it doesn't carry a relationship. It
Right.
doesn't it doesn't bring substance. A decent man was looking for substance, for peace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not saying obviously the physical has a part, but it's not the longevity. I
Mhm,
think peop
right.
I think most women get mixed up with short term and longevity. If you're showing your
Mhm,
body off like that, you're only gonna get short term men. If
mhm,
you carry yourself with respect, you seem very educated, you stand up, you support your man, you support yourself, you value yourself, and
mhm,
that's where it comes from, valuing yourself
mhm.
and just knowing who you are and, become correct. I think you're gonna get you're gonna get that decent man, just not being
Right.
selfish.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Listen, you guys, you got it locked in. I am your girl, Simply Bree, and we have Jae Grind, BX in the building.
Oh,
And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, though, there was a question that was posed in the chat in regards to fathers or male role models being available to discuss these issues. So we'll be right back, you guys. Keep it locked. At LITM, we're not just a dating app. Discover the power of authentic connections with our revolutionary dating app. Say goodbye to superficial dating and hello to meaningful relationships. It's not just about matching. You'll get free therapy for 4 weeks and be invited to our exclusive events. We take online dating offline. No more time wasting. Let's find the real deal. Find us on Google Play or visit mylitm.info today.
It's time to make your dreams come true. Whether you're an aspiring beauty influencer, visual artist, actor, entrepreneur, or public speaker, you need Divine Voices Media. We're all creatives. It's a family affair, and we'll help you understand how to juggle your creative life while also pursuing income. Book your consultation and get started on a plan for success. Call our number or visit divinevoicesmedia.com.
All right, we are back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the He Said What podcast with your girl Simply Bree and my wonderful guest Jae Grind. If you are listening to this episode because you downloaded it off of your favorite audio app or site, we appreciate it. I definitely would love to have you watch one of our live episodes. So it's every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And shout out to everybody that's in the chat, drop in the comments. So, one of the questions that was posed prior to us going to the break was, do you think it's a lot of fathers or male role models to discuss this issue or even these issues? So, what's your take on just having a male role model present their advice or present what it is that you should probably do or how you should conduct yourself as a man? Um, you can talk about either your father or uncles or just neighborhood men who tucked you under their wings, but did you have or did you come across similar conversations growing up with male role models?
yeah, I mean, a little bit with my dad, um,
Mhm.
and then just like, in the street, and then just learning learning from other people.
Yeah,
Uh, and I think and from experience. So,
yeah,
like I said, just I guess like for me, that's how I was able to be who I am today as, a man.
right.
But um, yeah, I
Okay.
guess that's how it cultivated me. Yeah.
Do do you think the way that we were years ago as far as growing up and being so involved in the community, are we still that way now where someone who's not related to you or someone that's not related to a young man can go up to him and try to give him wisdom and he accept it? Do you think we're at that point in time where we can do that?
It's possible, but I don't think it's done enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it's done enough. I think it's being done here and there, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
also like it's also a choice, and there's so much factors like fitting in, um, trying to get that girl you want, but trying
Yeah.
to be something that you're not. It is so much factors that go into it, like because I've been like I said, I've been educated by
Mhm.
multiple men in my life. Um and then I learned from experiences, but at the same time I also made a choice because when those
Right.
situations tend to happen or occur, you have to make that decision, life is your best teacher. So
Right.
I mean
Yeah.
you don't have to go through the same circumstances, but sometimes, you can see why it was said not to or to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it depends on really the individual at the end of the day.
Gotcha. What was the biggest lesson that you had to learn growing up?
And anything or just like
In anything?
to not allow anyone to control my emotions.
Mm, that's a
Um
good one right there.
yeah, not allowing them to control my emotions because again, being a black man, let's go back about being angry. Like people will do stuff, people will
Mhm,
people will do things just to put you in a certain box, and you got to know
mhm,
when you're being set up. You got to know when they're out to get you, just to put you in the same category or whatever paradigm that they have about you, or whatever perception they have of you. And just being able to lock in and just really understand that it's about them and it's not really about you. They see
mhm,
something that they don't have. So that's what I learned, just not
mm,
allowing people to control your emotions because
right.
whatever they make you feel is how they feel. So,
Projection.
mhm.
Basically. So now let's talk about, because I know that you said martial arts is something that um you actually are involved in pretty heavily. And I feel like it also plays a role with your acting too, because I watched some of your clips where you are doing the stunts, and I feel like it just all seems so natural for you. Was martial arts always your thing, or was that a way of you identifying, or even someone else identifying a way to help you control your emotions?
I felt like martial arts was a way for me to get out first. That was my first thing um before I got into music heavily and stuff. Martial arts was just something because I always fought in the street. And people
Yeah.
said to do it. So I said, all right, cool. But I just a lot of it, I had to change my attitude to a lot of certain things, and it created a lot of discipline.
Mhm,
It allowed me to understand my emotions but not react on it.
mhm, yeah.
So it definitely played a part.
Okay. Special 77 says you have to recognize haters, the energy or haters from individuals. I mean, energy, anyways. I think energy just that's his own separate lane right there. Like, I feel like if you are able to pick up on somebody's energy, and identify it as either positive or negative, is going to help the way that you interact with them. So let's talk about the people that's in your circle. So if I was getting to know you, and I felt the best way to get to know you was to ask the people in your circle, what is it like to be around Jay on a bad day of his? What would they say?
On a bad day,
A bad
wants-
day.
he wants to be to himself. Uh, he looks pretty angry. He doesn't want to talk. He's isolated himself.
Hmm. Okay. So on the bad day, is that valid how you actually conduct yourself, or how you handle the bad day?
I mean, now that I have a girlfriend, I
Mhm.
definitely am very expressive to her. I'm
Yeah.
learning to continue to be expressive and not mask anything.
Mhm.
Uh, and she's a lot like I would say she's allowing me, and she's very open, and she's very submissive. So it makes it easier for me to be vulnerable to her, and
Yeah.
so everything is sort of changing. There's times where, like I said, I do feel like isolating myself. I do feel like not talking, but she's not allowing that to happen. So
Yeah.
it's definitely because before I would just cut everything off, shut everything off, just give myself a moment, and then when I'm ready, I'll come back. But
Right.
it's a lot different now.
So, would you say relationships or just having someone who you feel genuinely cares and wants the best for you makes a world of a difference?
Massive amount.
It's like, duh.
Like 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 just knowing that is just crazy. Like it
Yeah.
just makes you like, all right, I can keep going.
Yeah.
I can keep pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because that's the thing about men is like we just need that little like how the cars then they stop to get the rechange and then
Yeah.
they go off like that's just I think that's just what men like. I'm just using that as an example. Like we just need
Mhm.
that quick stop, quick boom boom. All right, and then I'm off. I'm back off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to provide. We want to do these amazing things. We want to conquer the world, but
Yeah.
we can't do that if we don't have a support system.
Right. That is so beautiful. I love that for you. Like, to me, I love to see men vulnerable and want to be vulnerable and want to be transparent and don't want to sit and just keep the weight of the world on their shoulders. Like, why, if you have someone that's willing to listen to you in a way where you're not going to be judged, why
Hmm.
not do it? But I understand it too from having male guests in the past who have explained to me one of the biggest fears that men have is to open up and be vulnerable and share something with a woman only for her to turn around and throw it back in their face when she's upset.
Oh yeah,
That's the worst thing ever. And I honestly, I hate it for you guys because it makes it even more easier for you guys to put that wall up. Like, you're already going around, like you said, you have to give off this energy in order to show your strength and show who you are as a man. But now you have to do that inside the house too. Like, what are we doing? So I love the fact that your lady brings you out of that shell. And even when you don't want to, she's like, nah, we're going to talk about this because it makes a world of a difference. Now that's something that you don't have to carry on. So, would you say that you are more productive or you go harder now that you're in a relationship because you have that person?
yeah. I think my drive is a little bit more. Like, not
Mhm.
saying I wasn't ambitious before. Like, I was always like,
Right. No.
but like it's just so different. Where I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, let's
Mm.
let's let me get to it. I don't want to sit there for a long time. Like it's so crazy. Like we just need that little boom. Any
Yeah.
man, and it doesn't. It shouldn't be like this, but we don't like dwelling on it, even though we should be talking about it.
Right.
But um, but once we know she care and we just tell a little bit about it, she just gives us that assurance and that motivation and that encouragement. We just get right to it, and I think that weight does come off, and then we just look at her
Yeah.
and just, we look at our significant other and say, "Nah, we got to make sure that she's good." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like we don't want to put that burden on her. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it just really, like I said, that's just how I see it. So if
Yeah.
I feel I still feel super like ambitious. I feel like I can still keep going now. I think before it
Yeah.
was kind of like I want to give up. I want to, but I, really was, I was holding my crosses, walking with one leg. But now I
Yeah.
got, I got my whole body and I'm pushing. I got somebody right there in case before I fall.
Yeah.
Boom, come on. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
Your
all right,
own accountability partner.
yeah,
Um, that's beautiful. That makes me smile, like, I'm so happy for you because I know exactly that feeling that you're talking about. And it's interesting because I was talking about this, I think I was yesterday, and I was saying how it's funny because you can be good, like 100% by yourself, but when you get into a relationship and you have someone else, it's like, yeah, you do get that gust of wind, like, yo, now I'm really good. Like, you can go to work, ain't nothing about to bother you at work. You're like, yep, okay, whatever. Stuff just rolls off. And I feel like it makes you more determined, especially if that person is as driven, as determined as you are.
Hmm.
Now it's just power feeding power feeding power feeding power. So shout outs to all of the lovebirds out there. I wish you guys all of the success, all of the accomplishments, all of the happiness, the good vibes, the good energy. Y'all get all the good energy. Man, I ain't got no more stones to throw, but I gotta get some more. So before we wrap things up, so Gianni says it would be nice to have, but I don't want to rely on that though. So yes, there is a difference. And that's why I said you're being 100. You're already there, like you're good. It just adds on to it. That's what I feel relationships should be viewed as. It's just a factor, a second layer of energy just coming into your life. Now, if someone says, you make me feel complete, well, wait a minute now. I need you to be complete before I get with you. Because
Hmm.
guess what happens when you separate? Now, where's that completion? Like, you don't want nobody to depend on you to be there. It's like Hancock in real life. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, before we wrap up, I have a question that I ask my guests at the end. What is one myth or one stereotype about black men that you would like to address at this moment?
Um, we all not we all not angry. We all don't play basketball. We all not we all not gangsters or killers.
Mm.
We not all
Mhm.
from the hood. Get that out your head. I think it's just
BX
not
all day.
right. We're not ghetto. It's
Yeah.
That's not right. I mean, we're educated, we're smart, we're clever, we well
Mhm.
dressed, we speak eloquently, we're creative. We
Mhm.
uh, God has given us a gift to bring things to life, be leaders. Um, we thinkers. We're not brawlers. We're not violent. We are protectors. We do
Mhm.
sacrifice for who we love,
Mhm.
and we want peace.
Right.
So don't let don't ever just judge a black man by his cover. Get to know him, talk to him, and don't like be I forgot the word, but don't like be sarcastic about
Mhm.
his appearance. If he's at his job, leave him alone. He doesn't need to be smiling to make you feel good. Like the only sport he doesn't know is basketball, football. We could play any sport. We could do anything. We're more than just entertainers. Um,
Mhm.
and we're not just sex objects either. That's not talked
Mhm.
about enough too. We're not
Mhm.
just black men who can have it all, and that's all we're good for is making babies. Like, come on. And we're not just robots who just makes money to give it and to die. So we're
Mhm.
human beings. Treat us like human beings and get to know us before you have those prejudice judgments.
Yes. You better go. Dropping You better drop them gems. Listen, he said, we all don't play basketball. Now, we don't play basketball. It didn't say we can't. We can do everything. We can create a damn basketball if we need to. So Gianni says, black men don't cheat.
Facts.
Only boys cheat.
Facts.
Yes. Yes. So
Facts.
please let the people know, how can they find you on social media? What do you have going on? This is the shameless plug opportunity. Plug each and everything that you got going on, as well as how they can reach out to you.
Yo, y'all already know, y'all, it's Jae Grind from the BX. So you guys can follow me on Instagram. It's BXJ Grind. At the bottom, TikTok officially BXJ Grind. Right now I have a project coming out called Agony. I just released two music videos. The World Ain't Nice and Brutal. That's on the Agony album featuring Skip Live. I have a solo collab project with an artist called Shanae. It's an R&B love song called "You're Amazing." That's going to be out soon. There's going to be two visuals coming out soon called Hate from the Monster album and a dance choreography video. Y'all gonna check that out. That's gonna be released soon in the summertime. So stay tuned for more. You guys can follow me. Even on YouTube, my YouTube page is Jae Grind. On both pages. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please follow. I follow back. I show love. Support an artist from the Bronx. Support somebody who's being authentic and real with you all. So thank you also for the He Said What podcast, and thank you for Simply Brief for having me on this show and this podcast to elaborate and talk about things that's about.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Every conversation that we have had has been amazing. Like, I mean, I don't, you have the wisdom of an old soul. Like, the way that you speak, it's mind-blowing because someone can just, like you said, the whole prejudice thing, someone can look at you and they're not expecting to hear what they hear. So hopefully this wakes someone up. Um, with that being said, wake up, y'all. Okay. We are here to educate. We are here to open up our doors and allow platforms like this to be safe havens for men, because black men, because there aren't a lot of opportunities, there aren't a lot of places that you can go that's going to have healthy conversations, because we all know healthy is not popular. So we need to make it popular because it's needed in the community. So I appreciate each and every one of you that came in. Shout out to Gianni, shout out to Special Agent 77, shout outs to Edith for dropping in, Ronnie, and anyone else who comes in. We appreciate each and every one of you. You already know where you can reach out to Jae Grind. You guys can find me on social media at _Simply Bree _, and that's SIMPLEEBREE. Please make sure that you guys subscribe to the He Said What pod on YouTube. Turn on the notification bell so that you can get reminders. And check out the website. The website is he said what podcast.com, where you can find all of the upcoming episodes, any special events. Speaking of special events, March 31st, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is going to be our first Mars and Venus discussion panel. I have 4 amazing guests up there. So for more information, you can either go to the website, you can go to the Instagram, He Said What Pod, or you can just check out the YouTube. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you again next week, 8 p.m. See you guys later. Bye.
You